I'm very well, and may I start our evening by offering a gentle correction?
Oh, go ahead.
Kentucky is a commonwealth, not a state.
Oh.
One of two in the country, Virginia and Kentucky.
Oh, it's not a
Now,
state?
let's not get into any more detail about why.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
Now, were you offended by my got teeth? Didn't that seem like a good slogan?
No, and I think I'm not offended because the character I play in DeLovely was from Kentucky, and she was one of the world's great sophisticates.
Oh, okay.
To the extent that there was even a phrase of the day, very Linda Porterish. I mean, she was definitely an international standard,
okay.
so she makes up for that.
Well, there you go. Now, did you meet the governor?
Not only did I meet the governor tonight, I had the great distinction of being given a National Arts Award from him earlier this year.
Oh, well, there you
And
go.
they were very beautifully written, our certificates, you should know.
Well, the E's weren't going that way, right?
They were not.
Because no, I saw a poster of you from the University of Kentucky. Where's that poster? There it is.
Oh, dear, the poster lives.
Now, do you play hockey?
I do not play hockey. My nephew's gotten into it, though.
I can see why, yeah. I wasn't much of a hockey fan either till now, but yeah,
It's kind of a funny story because we were shooting Double Jeopardy in Vancouver, and one of my cousins called me in this absolute panic. I mean, I thought there was some kind of family tragedy afoot. And he said, I need you to take a picture for the hockey poster for me. We have no money. We're not funded by the school. We're a club. So I said, you know, fine, I can do that. I'm taking all my key art for Double Jeopardy. I'm sure the photographer will give me 20 minutes. We'll pop a jersey on. We did the Farrah thing, you know, the red swimsuit pose. Okay, not only does my cousin not play hockey, he was rooming with the equipment manager. This is one of the most famous photographs I've ever taken.
Oh, wow. So there you go.
Where it started.
See, this is why you need a lawyer. Now, you're a huge Kentucky. You're at all the games, aren't you?
I am at all
And you
the
scream and yell and jump up and down.
I stand in the student section.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah. And you just go nuts, huh?
Yeah, I love it.
Now, does your husband, Dario, does he like...
You know, he went with me a couple times, and his family went too. They were very good sports, and it was important because I go to football with them in Scotland. Actually, Celtic is playing in... do you know that? Celtic is playing Manchester United in Philadelphia tomorrow night.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we're big Celtic supporters. So anyway, I think basketball and football are similar in terms of the running and the flow, but he can't stand it.
No, he doesn't like it. He just sits there. Okay. And did you have any ideas for slogans for Kentucky? We had some that I thought were okay.
I have a few.
Oh, you don't? What do you got? What do you got? Oh, you have a few. Oh.
Let's see here. When your abbreviation is KY, you better be good. Get lucky in Kentucky. I actually have a T-shirt that says
Get lucky in Kentucky?
Yeah.
Well, that would actually work. Get lucky in Kentucky. Sure.
And this is probably my favorite, where the people are real and so are the breasts.
Oh, that's a good one. I like those. They're all very good. Those are very good. Now, let me ask you something. You know, you're one of these people I hear sort of rumors about. There's something about you becoming a nudist. Someone said, ask you about becoming a nudist. Now, is this true? I'm hoping it's true.
You're being mendacious.
I am being mendacious. Is that a Kentucky word? What is that?
Yes, it
He's
is.
the gal young and he's been mendacious.
Actually, I heard that word a lot on stage. I did Cat on a Hot Tin Roof for
Now, what does
6 months.
mendacious mean? I know
It's
you
a
love
person
words.
who is subtly exaggerating and not totally telling the truth, but it's not a bold-faced lie.
Well, that would be me.
Okay.
Yeah. That would be me. All right, so well, tell me about this nudist incident. Now,
Are you talking about when I got locked out of my cabin?
But I don't know what it is. Someone said to me, ask her about being a nudist. I said, why? What are you talking? Just ask her.
It's curiously quiet in here. My husband was racing in England, and I couldn't go because I was making a movie.
Okay.
And he actually won his race.
Right.
And to console myself that I was separate from everybody in the fun,
Right.
I treated myself to a trip to the Awani Hotel in the very great National Forest.
Oh, now is that the thing
Which
with
National Forest? It's not Yellowstone. It's the other one. I love it.
Yosemite?
Yes, Yosemite.
Is that the ones that are way out in the woods?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I wanted to hike Half Dome.
Right.
So I go, and I took my yoga mat, and I was doing yoga outside, not naked, and I went to bed, and I'm so attached to my yoga mat that I was afraid it was going to be stolen.
Oh.
Didn't care about the bicycle someone had left me that was also sitting outside, lying in bed, not able to fall asleep, fretting over an $8 piece of cut rubber.
Okay.
So I thought, I'm not going to go to sleep unless I get that mat. So I reached out the door and couldn't quite get it, and so I kind of went like that, and I did the critical, take my foot off the door, and it closed behind me, Jay, and I was naked.
So now you're naked.
I was naked and locked out of my cabin.
Now, do we have a clip?
Middle of the woods.
Now, when you're naked, do you hear a lot more? Do you hear more noises?
You really do become quite aware of everything.
Now, Now, this is obviously where the story's getting good. So now you're naked. You're in the middle of the woods. What happens now?
Well, I had already admired my cabin. I was
Yeah.
absolutely infatuated with it, and I literally looked at all the detail, and I knew it was sealed tight as a drum. There was no way I could bust into that.
Okay.
So I sat down on some sticks and just kind of considered my options. I could knock on somebody else's door and then run behind a tree. Hello, over here.
Oh, yeah, that works.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm not a weirdo. Could you do me? Can I use your phone? You know, what are you gonna do?
You didn't do that one.
So I wrapped my yoga mat around myself.
Damn that yoga mat. Now, how big is the yoga mat? How much does it cover either front or back?
It's as long as I am.
Oh, that's terrible.
And about this wide.
Oh,
So I
that's
just
too
wrapped
bad.
it around myself and took a long walk of shame.
Now, where did you
To
go?
the
now?
Awani lobby.
A walk of shame. I like that. That sounds good. This sounds like a movie.
I came across all these like nestled on benches over charming, brooks, and I'd be like, "How you doing?"
So you walked into the hotel wearing just
I walked into the hotel. It was so funny. I walked into the hotel, and this guy was bending over behind a desk. And it's a really enormous, vast lobby. And so I was trying to get his attention so I didn't actually have to cross the entire space. And I startled him. And so he literally did one of these and, dropped a bunch of stuff, papers flying, and everybody in the entire lobby just turned around and looked at me. It could not have been any worse.
Or any better.
But it was, actually. It did get worse.
And how did it get worse?
And of course, I am registered under an alias, and I have no ID.
Oh, wow.
So eventually I got a key, and I went back to my thing, and I was so tickled, and I was laughing, and I was crying, I was calling people and telling them they couldn't understand what I was saying. So I go to sleep, and I wake up the next day, and you know that when you're rising to consciousness, I started to remember. So I actually started laughing before I even woke up. And then I went to the bathroom to wash my face and realized I had pimple cream all over my face.
I think anybody noticed the pimple cream. I think you're probably right.
Oh, it was great.
Men and women look at stories differently. Yeah. Would you like it? Would you like it? There you are.
Oh, it feels so good to laugh, doesn't it?
Well, that's a great story. That's cool. I'll be thinking about that story all night. That's a great story. Now, tell us about The Lovely. I enjoyed this movie. You were very good. You're very good in these period pieces. I like you in these type of things.
Thank you.
Because it's a little different for you, huh?
Ooh. And I didn't have to get naked.
No, that's sadly, but yeah. But, tell people what the film is about.
The movie is about the great Cole Porter,
Okay.
legendary American songwriter who is responsible for some of the most beautiful songs ever written by anyone, anywhere. And it's about his relationship with his wife. They were married for almost 40 years, and she really gave him a lot of confidence. He wrote prolifically before they met, but he never published anything, and he didn't come into his own until she believed in him, and he was gay.
Right.
So there's a little bit of a twist.
Yeah, there is a twist.
Is this mine? Oh, no.
No, yeah. Because I remember they made this movie years ago with Cary Grant, but he
It's
wasn't.
very sanitized.
Yeah, but he wasn't gay in that version, obviously. And this one sort of, well, it deals with it the way you deal with it now.
There's actually a shot in the one Night and Day that Warner's did about Cole where a train is leaving, and it's a bunch of boys. There's some subtle stuff about it, but it's not. He's he's hugging Linda, but he's looking over her shoulder at a train leaving the station that's full of men hanging out of the windows.
That's what they did in those days. Instead of having sex, you'd have falling leaves. Oh, okay. That's what they would do. Now, what are we going to see in this clip? What is happening in this scene?
I like this clip. This is first of all, in the background is the very great Diana Krall singing a wonderful Cole Porter standard, and Cole and I are at a party at MGM, which also made this movie fittingly, talking about how we're disagreeing on his lifestyle in Hollywood.
Oh, right, that's right. Yeah, and is this supposed to be, is it Louis B. Mayer?
Yes, that's Louis B. Mayer and
Okay.
his cheap wife.
Let's take a look.
I think Hollywood's fantastic. It's like living on the moon.
We're 20,000 leagues into the sea.
Where we started painting the town. We'd have been
Can you believe this?
Linda, Hollywood was your idea, not mine. You're acting like it's the worst place on earth.
I had thought that the change of weather might be good for us both. But I had no idea how hot the climate would really be.
Climate is good for growing flowers.
Everything grows wild, Cole. And the pickings are far too easy.
Cool. The film is The Lovely. Will you bring the yoga mat next time so we can see?
I'll sign it for you.
Next time, sign the yoga mat. I would love to have that. Ashley Judd. All right, be right back with John Cho and the Cal Penn.